So, hello everyone. This is Sushil More, and we are here for the podcast, very important podcast here on a very important topic that is very beneficial, very important for all the working professionals who want to grow in their career, who want to who want success, who want everything in life, who want to achieve their dreams. So, so they should have a personality first to build their career. So we have brought a very important guest with us who is having a very rich experience in corporates, in working as a working professional, and he has succeeded in his career, and he is having a great personality. So we have brought him here for our show. We want to hear from him, and we want to get insights about how can one develop his personality while working in the career. So welcome, Mr. Nilesh, to our show.
Thank you, Sushil. Thank you for getting me on this podcast. Uh, that's a pleasure to joining you here on this podcast. I'm very thankful for it. And I want to really feel great about it. The way my career, I would start with my story of a career where I started from zero to hero. I I remember my childhood days, Sushil, when we used to stay in a 10 by 10 square feet chawl in car, where I was struggling. We were four kids. My mother was taking managing a show when my father passed away when I was just in fifth standard. So from that age, she struggled to give us the best of the education in English medium schools to ensure that our learning and our foundation was great. The education was the most important foundation which she gave us, right? We got we got to know we were in different surroundings, but we made sure that we didn't mix with the outside surroundings, which was not favorable for anybody who had to be a thinker or who had to grow differently in life. So with all that struggles of building an aspiration, responsibility came to me very early because when I saw my mother struggling, she was in three jobs in a day. She was with RA Milk Doodh Kendra in the morning, Milk Center in the morning. She was in Andheri in SIPS, working 9 to 6 job. And in the evening from 7 to 9, she was taking tuitions at home. So when I saw her struggling after my father passed away, it got me a sense of responsibility, thinking that in life we should always take responsibility fast as possible, do studies, and always she said, do what you like and do it with passion. That's what the only word she told us. So when we finished our 10th and we were in 12th, she did not stop us by saying that, no, now you have to start a job and you have to support the family because I alone cannot support the family. She never said that. She said, yes, go ahead, follow your passion, what you like to do in your life. So my elder brother was into engineering. I was into hotel management because I wanted to be in a food and people business where I could get to travel around the world. So I chose to be there. Uh, and the same with my younger brother. He was an MBA e-commerce. Now he's in US, well set with family. My younger sister was in banking. So we all took different education and careers which really meant to ourselves, which we love to do. It was not forced on us. The first foundation of anybody to be successful is do what you like first. You should do it with passion, with the love what you want to do, and you should have an aim where you want to go. If there is no aim in life, you're just floating. It's like man without oars, boat without oars. You don't know which direction you're floating to. So we had a clear direction in life. We had decided that where I wanted to go. I started my hotel management career in Mumbai. I was with the Leela Kempinski Hotels in Mumbai, working with the Privileged Club, breakfast services manager, managing the VVIP guests. So I got a chance to treat all the international clients like Nelson Mandela, Queen Elizabeth when she was in India. So all those services made me feel why, what is so different, how these people interact, and how I am developing myself to the world. Luckily, my dream was to be on a cruise liner, go around the world, see the world, and it came true. I'm telling you, I just dreamt about it. I just put one resume, and luckily, I was selected And I was like surprised. I didn't had the money or the money to buy the ticket also that time. It was 80,000 rupees. I remember that time for US, and I had to take loan from people to go to the US and repay them after 6 months after my salary would come altogether, to repay those loans to be in US on a cruise liners, taking a job which is lower than what I was in position to learn the business from zero to up. So even in the US, when you start, you don't start from the higher position directly. Even if in India you are a manager, you start from a supervisory position in the US and then you come up the ranks. So I took that challenge. It was very, very painful in the beginning, working 16 hours a day on a cruise ship in a dining room with 2,500 people to be served. It was a terrific experience serving, almost different nationalities, working with 120 nationalities as staff in the dining room was amazing experience. That's where I developed my foundation of being with different kinds of people, working with different cultures, understanding people well, understanding how to respect people, different networks, how you do that services, how to treat a Spanish person, Americans, or Indian or Asian culture, how to respect each other's culture, and how to get along with people. Those skills I learned when I was on the cruise ship, which gave me a lot of world exposure to people networking. After that, after the cruise ships, I was back after 8.5 years in the US. I came back to India. I had to, and my mother was not keeping well, so I decided to stay back in India after that and work through India. I joined the Lee Merity in Mumbai as a food and beverage manager with them, and from there, my career in India also zoomed up. For within 2 years, I was with Sodexo as a key account manager, managing the oil and gas offshore accounts because of my connection internationally and managing clients internationally. The oil and gas sector had clients which were Americans, which were Europeans. So this company needed some person who could manage client relations very well. So they saw that skill in me when I was selected on top priority to take an account of managing 16 drilling rigs with 30 million business in India, which was given to me to manage the client relations. And I started fantastically. Those accounts are still with the companies where I have gone and worked with, and it has stayed. Those goodwill with the customers. So the most impactful thing, Sushil, is how you create that rapport in your first few minutes when you connect with the person. Yeah. So that's the strength what I got in my careers. From now, I am a vice president global business development with another company called CSS, which is a global company. I work through any location. I can work from anywhere, like the 6 Sunday life people say. I work from any location, anywhere. I travel a lot. I try foods, maybe every country. So by God's grace, and I'm very grateful, I've traveled 58 to 90 countries now, all around the world. Got an opportunity to meet a lot more people, which is my hobby. It's travel, food, meeting people. So this passion gave me all the way and with that passion it got me value also. It always says when you add value to people you get the value return to it. It might be in the form of a goodwill which will come back to you after some years, even if you think that, oh, it's not a business relation now, well, it is not going to help me now. No, you keep those relations going for years and years. Today's world, we are available everywhere in the virtually anywhere B2B business can be done. And the most important skill is building that connect, building that rapport in the 40 seconds when you meet a customer. So, Sushil, I've spoken a lot. I can speak a lot. I know I'm a bit.
Yeah.
I will give you a chance if you have any queries to ask, and then I will answer it.
So first of all, thank you for sharing your story. Your story is so inspiring. Like coming from a very humble background and starting your career with very low kind of thing, and then moving to a very like abroad. You have worked in overseas and worked in different organizations in India, and also like, and you are at the peak of your career, and you are inspiring so many people by your work ethics, your work personality, and your work dedication. So really, really inspiring story. So we have few questions for you. Uh, one question is that what is the in your life career or something, what is your one turning point you can say that changed from your career to just like accelerated your career? What is the one turning point?
The turning point is in the career when I came back from the US. I realized in the Indian market, when you stand again to prove yourself, it becomes very difficult. Uh, you don't have to be a commodity. You have to be a brand in yourself. You have to carry that confidence you're wearing very strongly, and you need to carry those client relations and goodwill with you all the time. Uh, those strengths of building rapport with people carried me a long way. And I had few mentors in my life who were my bosses, my chief operating officers. I really respect them. They showed me how the client relation skills works out. And the most important secret of a client relation, when you meet anybody, do not start talking business right away. You have to go around, you have to talk on the topics which are of interest to them, not to you. You should talk on something which is of interest to them. Find out what is in the office where you're meeting them is something of their interest. Might be a family picture, might be something of their achievements or certificates on their office. Talk about those topics. The customer actually wants to talk to you about this. They want you to listen to their story more than you telling them the story or you pitching for a sale or a service to them. Do not do that. People want you to tell their story first. So it is always when you meet a client, look around the office, talk about the day. Of course, everybody talks about the day, but then look around the office. What is there in their office, or an artifact, or a picture of their family, or a certificate of achievement, what they have. If that can be spoken of, you should talk about it as a subject and let them speak out for a few minutes, 5 minutes. And then they will cool down. Then you start your topic and what you're doing, and what product or service, what you want to pitch for. You can start slowly coming into that. But go very gradually slow. Do not pitch for any product directly. Do not talk about price at all. When you are in a discussion in sales or somewhere you want to pitch for your services, do not talk about the price point. Talk about value. Yeah. What value you're going to bring to the table? What problem you're going to solve for them? And I always say, all the mentors always say that adding value to people, you get value automatically. And this is 100% true. With my 23 years of experience globally, I can tell you that people want to see what value you're going to add. Don't talk about just the price or any service, what you're going to do, without telling them what value it will add to them. What is the problem you're going to solve for them?
True. So you have brought a very important point that everyone should know about it, like building a rapport with your client. So like if you want something benefit to you, you have to see what other person wants, other person needs, and you have to add value to them. Then only you will get the value in terms of money. So very great point, valid point. So all those who are looking forward to the having a great personality, building a rapport with someone, your business client or anyone, it's a very important thing. So
Yes.
now moving forward to the next question. So how important is one to have a personality, to have a good personality to grow in the career? Right?
The first thing about anything about personality is always carry yourself better than what you can think you can carry yourself. It might be just putting up your dress, uniform, or a tie if required. If you're going for a meeting, look the best so that you feel more confident from inside. Don't go to any meetings or anywhere late. First thing is it has to be punctual. Second thing, you have to show up with great smile and spirit, confidence. And the third thing, what I do before a meeting is talk to myself, or pep talk. You might think that why Mr. Nilesh needs to do this, but I also need to do that. I want to pep up myself every morning when I get up with my affirmations that I am strength, I am energetic, and I am powerful. If I am energetic, I will be powerful. If I'm no energy, when I'm meeting a customer, I not with smile. Will the customer welcome me? Will that customer feel comfortable in that 40 seconds? In the NLP training, it's always shown this. 40 seconds, a person makes a perception of you. If you are likable in that 40 seconds, you will click. If you're not likable, the discussion just goes on, and you know it indirectly when you are not going to win that situation. So it's very important to carry yourself. Your mindset after that is very important. And the third thing is your big gratitude smile when you're walking inside that cabin, and you are saying to yourself, "This person is going to give me the business. I am set visually on it with a big smile." What you think about that other person is also going in your mind right before you go for a meeting. So you think, "Arey, yaar, this guy is not going to give me the business. This guy is no, is very stringent," and you have that bad emotions already in your mind working, and then your whole body psychology and body language starts working on it. So don't do that. Even if you are meeting a very tough client or a tough customer, change the mindset. Change that you're going to make it better for him this way. Even if he's not smiling, you want to make him smile. Go with that confidence. Even if he says no, fine, doesn't matter, but you have tried your best. You know, inner soul that you have done your best. So give your best each time when you meet a customer. You'll find different types of customer. Might be difficult, might be very easy, might be very pleasing. I tell you my experience. I have dealt with very tough customers. I had customers who said to me, "Get out of my office." But these are the same customers I turned within a year, who have given me cabins in their client offices and told me to sit and work from there as a client relation manager. And I can tell you this can happen only when you slowly show that you are sincere in what you're doing. You are dedicated to add value to them, and it will happen. This is out of experience I'm telling.
Great, great, great. Very inspiring. So, be the best version of yourself while presenting. It's a very good point yet you have mentioned. So another thing, a lot of people talk about like personality, a lot of personality development, but why is it like people are not able to develop themselves? What do you think? Like a lot of people are complaining that they are not able to. What do you think? What is the reason behind it?
Sushil, I don't. The reason behind is that their inner subconscious mind. I was also of the same thinking whenever earlier days when I was a very timid creature when I before hotel management when I started my college and I was a very shy person. I was not able to talk to anybody, not even the classmates. Today they are in the group and they see me differently from what I was in the hotel management class. I was a completely timid guy. I had no money. Frankly speaking, there was no financial strength, no growth that time. I had borrowed money for my education that time to do my hotel management. I was staying in a hostel, in somebody's house as a paying guest. It was very difficult for me to make my ends meet, and I could not think overconfident of talking to anybody who were like going on bikes and cars and Ferraris, and I was just coming by, PMT, the Pune Municipal Transport buses going to college. It was a terrible time. I stayed on vada paos every meal. I did not have lunch boxes because who's gonna make me lunch early morning leaving from home? I'm working here, staying with somebody else's house. So all those difficulties went through, but one thing is your determination. If you are determined, what you want to achieve, what is your goal in life? Do you want to change from the current state, or you want to stay in this state all your life? You have to decide. The decision is all yours. And then with that decision comes discipline. You have to put discipline, not just a desire. You have to put the steps to the discipline, what you want to put in your life to achieve those goals. So very important. Set your goals, put a vision on online, and I can show you my pad every day when I start my work. It has something very unique, and I will show you. I'm showing it on the screen. I'm confident, I'm fearless, I'm taking action. Every day, my diary will start with one word of affirmation every morning before I start my task for the day. So I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise. simple affirmations, which builds your mindset. Second thing, when you get out of bed, do not go on the social media. My first advice to anybody, do not go on the social media in the morning. Give your 1 hour in the morning to yourself. First is to exercise, do meditation, 20 minutes of meditation. It might be any form of meditation you like, whichever religion you're from, you can do the form of meditation, which is just basic breathing exercise. Know your breathings inside, know yourself from inside out. You know, and those mental blocks, which is there, what was yesterday, somebody spoke to me like this, somebody's going to bitch about me today. Don't think all those things in life. Come out of those negative frames of mind. What anybody will think about you is not important. What you think about yourself is the most important thing. If you think very low about yourself, you will become what you think. Let me tell you that. And I tell the same story to my brothers and cousins and whoever is watching me nowadays in a different energy level. I tell them, we all grew up from the same background. We all grew up from the same education, from the same mother. But why we do different things? I said it's only the mindset, nothing else. Your mindset will change everything. So go ahead, change your mindset, get your morning discipline right. Before going to bed, no news, negative news, no TV channels which show all the fight in the world. That is not going to help you. Let me tell you, any politics or any fights which is happening in the world is not going to help you anyway. Is it good or bad? It's not going to help you. Finally, you have to make your own struggle in life. God has given you this beautiful life. Add value to yourself, add value to people with your knowledge. Very simple thing I say. You don't need to be a superhuman being, but do what is in your means, add value to the people, do what is right for everybody, for your family first. Yes, of course, your family. Second, for the community where you're living, what you can add as value. And the third, in the professional front, what you can do better.
So very valid point. Means the crux of the thing is mindset. So
yes,
rightly pointed out, means everything is mindset. So if you decide in your mind that you have to do it, you set a goals, you desire for it, and you put actions, then definitely you will be achieving. So the very great thing you have shared. So now moving on to the another question. Say like uh, you have a very good health physique. You are told that you have a 23-year career, but you are look so young and you look so fit. So what is the advice you tell to people, like being a fit, or how fitness is important, like in a career also?
fitness is the foundation of a successful career. Let me tell you that also. That's part of the discipline. If you are fit, you think more better, your energy levels are up from morning, and the morning exercise routine will change it. You have to be really fit with body and mind together. That's why I said exercise and meditation both are important. So some of the career oriented people I see, they are good in careers, but they are really bulky body. They don't care about. But if you look at the graph of their careers go down in the end, if you want your graph to look more younger and better and energetic, you have to be fitter as you grow old. More fitness, more diet consciousness, what you eat is very much required.
uh, Move on to another questions. Uh, like uh, uh, so uh, like so what mistakes you want to say that people should avoid, if they want to build a good personality, what mistakes they should avoid?
What mistakes they should avoid?
Oh, yeah. Means, any one or two mistakes, like anything that uh, they should avoid. Like, but you think
Mistakes I told you is very important. In a career, when you're deciding, just give me a minute, I just drink water. Yes, Sushil, sorry. Just had a water now. Mistakes is when you choose your career, should be something which you know exactly how it is going to go about. Don't choose a career thinking that it is only good for today. Choose a career which is long term, not only by just thinking it is monetizing or getting you money for now, but in the long term also. And the other part is with the career, you should have the other activities also going there, passive income activities going along with it. Like if I like to be in my career in oil and gas, of course I love oil and gas services. I love to travel, food, everything. But with that comes some other things also. You have to be a good investor. You have to generate some passive income as a backup already. So everything what you earn out of your beginning of your career, don't spend out everything. Be an intelligent investor. At least 25% of what you earn should go in your savings for long term. Go in your term insurance for long term because your family needs it. So our rest 50% utilize for your needs, but don't overuse more than your needs. Invest more most of the time. If you can, 30%, 35% I recommend, but 20% to 25% is also good for a beginning of the career. People get washed out by seeing that income is more now. I start buying everything whatever I want. No, wait. First, make your property. First thing is the asset to make is the house, which should be right. Yeah. And second thing is second passive income is to generate, invest in mutual funds, invest in share stocks, which will be long term, and SIPs, which will give you more. So that's one of the things which I tell anybody who's starting a career to think more long term. Don't think just short term that abhi mil gaya, abhi west gaya, all is over. And the careers when you're choosing in industry, if you fail in certain career, you say that, oh, I wanted to go to IT software, but software industry is too busy and I don't like software industry, this and that. Then choose what is right for you and then stick on to it. Don't do multiple careers, 10, 11 trials and then deciding. That's too crazy. See, every person when is in 9th or 10th standard, he should know what he wants to choose. By 12th standard, he should form what exact career he want to go about, which is the best in his. What is his strength? He should write down those strengths. Go to a career guidance mentor or go to a career guidance mentor to ask what exactly are the careers which will help me learn long term. Let's say for international careers, I just give an example because that's my subject of interest. International careers, there's in medical, there is in IT software, there's in hotel management, and mechanical or civil engineering. So for anybody who wants to go for international careers, nursing is a very popular in demand everywhere in Asia, Middle East, everywhere. Hotel management is demand globally, where you start your career in India or anywhere, get the experience, minimum 3 years of foundation is required. After that, you get. Same is for engineering, 3 to 4, 5 years experience in India is required, and then you can go up try internationally. I would suggest people should try international careers because that gives you a exposure more better. And the second thing, you learn to interact with more people. That's first thing which I always say. And very important is you get to see the life and staying living standards abroad. Yes, we all love India. I also love India. That's why I'm back in India all the time. But if you not see the world outside, how would you know what is better and what is good or bad? Yeah. So when you're young, after your minimum 3 to 5 years of career in India, try international careers in the same field if you like, which will give you exposure to the industry. It will give you a chance to know more people around the world, and will and people will appreciate. If you have a different skill, people will come to know you. You might be intellectual in IT, you might be intellectual in mechanical or civil engineering. You can do wonders. Life has to offer you something more than what it can offer in a country. At the same time, nothing love lost to it until you have to be back in country after certain years of career. Add value to your country back. So that's what my whole sentiment is.
So very well explained. Yeah, you should choose your career very carefully, and you should stick to your career. Whatever you decided, don't change multiple times. That's what Mr. Nilesh has told us. So one more question arises is there, like if choosing an international career, like so people like from the metro cities or tier one cities are looking forward to it mostly. But from the people coming from small towns, they have a fear like they are not good in English. They have a fear like backgrounds, so how these peoples can come forward and look for the international careers like uh, so you also come from a like humble background and you have just uh, like grown from that. So how to change that? I mean, it's like belief and uh, from the small towns also people can go to the international careers.
It can happen even from a small town. Now there is nothing as a small town. Everywhere internet is there, right, Sushi? Everybody can be reached anywhere. Now with the internet revolution all around the world, nobody can hide from anybody. You are not a urban or rural anymore. You are social now. You are a social creature. So train yourself. There are a lot of trainings on social media, or choose the right mentor who will guide you through this process. Now the world, everybody is available on the internet. You can get mentors, somebody who specializes in different fields. I'm also specializing into this field of career, international career mentoring. Feel free to connect. I have my own Instagram page. I have my video channel. I will guide people more. And I would love to do that to add value to people with my expertise of mentoring people into international careers. There are a lot of skill academies India has started where the basic skills for rural people, if they have just a 10 pass or a 12 pass and they cannot do specialized diploma courses, fine. They join the skill academies, and especially for hotel management, for the cookery, and for the housekeeping skills, and they can get a jump right up.
So yeah, definitely. You said it right that like right now internet is very easily accessible to each and everyone. Like all are accessible to it. So they can reach out to those people who are able to help them, who are able to get them those skills, get them those guidance, career guidance, and get them trained for that level of international career. So like very good things you shared. So now we are moving like closer to our session, end of the session. So one quick advice that you want to share with all the young professionals who are means who are looking forward to grow in their career, go fast in their career, and like overall advice. This will be my last question for today. So what is will the one or two advice that you want to give, like to grow fast in their career?
Well, I would say your foundation is very important. Whenever you are starting your career, make those 3 years of foundation very strong. Don't move different jobs in your first 3 to 5 years, I would suggest. Stick on to wherever you are, learn things more better. People jump for 500 to 1,000 rupees from one job to another. It's not fair. The first, when your company gives you a chance, when you are inexperienced, it gives you a chance to start to learn different. You add more value by learning different departments. I would say move internally, get internal promotions and move around departments. Make your foundation strong on your CV. When you come for the next job, the first question they will ask you why and how, why did you move so many jobs? In the first every 6 months, you're moving jobs. that doesn't give a good stability for a entry level person or somebody who's moving from the first job to the second job. So my suggestion is build your career in the first 3 to 5 years, I would say, is the foundation years. You have to work hard. There is no escape from working hard. When I started with my hotel management trainings, I remember I used to peel 50 kgs of potatoes one day. That was the only job I got. Start in the kitchen, but that was a part of the training, from the kitchen, services, production. You have to learn the job, and you have to learn the hard way. Nobody is going to teach you anything easy way to pick. But you should have the energy to learn it and say to yourself, yes, this is my foundation. No, any strong building has to stand on a good foundation. So 3 years, please think that it's your foundation. It might be IT industry, it might be service industry, it might be engineering industry. It's a lot of hard work in the first 3 years. But after 3 years, how to zoom, I can guide you that it is a process where you build your personality, like Mr. Sushil, you are doing it. I am helping people. You develop a personality, a mindset after that 3 years of foundation, and take a leap of faith to international careers or local careers with confidence of self-discipline, confidence of how you can carry yourself, your body language talks, how you're going to do it, how your English spoken communication is there. That's all. How your CV is presented. All that is a part of the package. You have to understand all the 5, 6 points, which a lot of people can guide you, which will make you more successful.
Great insights from you, Mr. Nilesh, and so lot of things you have shared in this session, which are beneficial to each and everyone who is listening to this particular session, and very important things, like you have to go strategically. You have to first build your foundations, then seek for some guidance, and then move forward in your career.
Yes.
So it's a great sharing for you with you all. And so once again, I want to thank you for coming to this session, taking your time for the benefit of young professionals who want to grow in their career, and giving them guidance and giving them motivation how to grow in their career. So thank you so much again for this time.
Thank you, Thank you, Sushil, for having me on for this podcast. I really enjoyed speaking to you. It was a pleasure adding value on my speech and understanding your side of the story also. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm grateful for it.
Thank you. And guys, we will be having some more podcasts coming forward, and keep tuned to us, and we will be having more learnings, more sharings, and more growth. So thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.